I believe it's okay now. Oh my gosh. You know, I was feeling the same way, flustered as I was leaving work because I was gonna practice a little JavaScript and people just wanted my attention, and so I didn't end up practicing a little JavaScript, and I felt like it sort of threw me off mentally. Maybe it threw me off more than I realized. Okay, what do I sound like? So the music is fine now. Okay, let's go. Okay. Oops. Let's not click that. Let's not click that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so that seems much louder than necessary. I'm just gonna turn it down. Okay. Let's get the git changes. All right, so how many commits did we get? Because I did some of these today, several of them at work. Okay, so let's look in here. Okay, so first of all, so the goal for today is to add animations, basically. The guy who asked me to do this really was interested in having animations. So let's totally do that. Here, I'm gonna do another script here. Actually, let me do it below. So when we console log, we can use like CSS, right? Oh gosh, this is what I want. From what I remember, I think you use like a %C or something. Console.log CSS MDN. I think you use like it might have been. Oh gosh, stay away, stay away. It might have been like a %C or something like that. Yeah, a %C. Let's take a quick look. Okay. Hello. Oh, well, that was a delayed reaction. Stream elements. Now live. Well, yeah, all right. Okay, so this %C hell site. And let me just say, and then what did they show? Just color. Let me just start with color red. This is a little bit beside the point. So then change back to black is, and then let's do here font weight bold. Do we need those semicolons? It looks like we probably might. Let's just put them. %C. Open source. %C. Font weight. Let me put a comma. Lost it. Let me try to slow down. Let me try to slow down. Let me try to slow down. Okay. I'm more flustered than I've been in a while. And yeah, it's just, man. Hello. I better set my timer. My laundry is in. Man, okay. It's funny because I knew I was in this mood um as I was leaving work because I got onto the computer to try and do some JavaScript coding, and then people were asking for my attention and I didn't get to it. Something so simple. Oh my gosh. My floor is an absolute disaster. This, okay, so let's not lose it. %C hell site. %C color red, color black, and then back to here. Am I just, oh my gosh. Okay. Is let me get my hair out of my face here. Could not be more flustered right now. I think I've got something, whatever it is that I'm looking for. Maybe in the car. This might be okay. I don't love it, but maybe it'll be all right. Is open source. Let's please see the source code. Let's see. Demonic source code at font decoration underline color blue. %C where did I just paste that? It didn't come out blue. At least it doesn't. Wait a minute. Oh, do I need this? No. Try to slow down. I just gobbled up whatever this is. Well, if it didn't work, let me just get rid of it. All right, do we have a license on here? I start it? Yes, as I should have. We can add a license here somewhere. Let me find one. So let's copy and let's add, create, license, paste, commit, paste in license text. Okay. Okay, so it shows a license. Okay, now in here, so we'll pull that. So we got that license. Okay. Let's get to these animations. So the other thing, wait a minute. I can close that and let's minimize. And what is this? Minimize this one. Okay, so that one was still open. Okay, there we go. All right, so in here again, so I have these page numbers and it doesn't make any sense. They should be page name. They should really just be page name. Yeah. So phone number, of course, is good. Okay, so this name is contact details, I guess. Sure. Okay, so then this one is water filtration class. I'm just going to call that one RO, I guess. Water quality. Savings. Invest in your family's health. Okay. Then this one is testimonials. Okay. Request appointment. Right? Okay. So then we're going to add in... Okay, so but wait. So now we have to find page number in here. Because we were using page number, but it doesn't really make any sense. Luckily, it was just here. Oops. Name. I'm fat fingering everywhere because my mood is elevated. I wish it wasn't. Looks like I've got like 20 minutes left on the laundry clock. Usually if I eat, it helps bring my mood back down. And so I did just eat. Hopefully it'll help, but I don't know. I might not have eaten enough. Okay. Yeah, having when my mood gets high or elevated or whatever, it really slows me down. Like I don't know, can't concentrate well or anything. Okay. Hopefully my mood will come back down. So, page number. So we've got that here. Okay. Page name. Okay, sure. So we'll do that. All right. So now so that should be good. So we're going to try and add in some animation. So this will be called a div class equals off right again because it's off to the right when we start. Page name animation 1, because that's really all this is supposed to serve the purpose of, and it's going to have some divs inside. And they're just gonna have some text. I'm just gonna start with animated text. This site, it needs to have a lot of animations before it's done. It's nowhere close to done. So I'm gonna start with some animated text. So it's gonna be your health is our business. Okay, so this is gonna be text that's gonna like fly in basically. I mean, that's the idea anyway. And I want to have some like really unsubtle like styling on these. So let's come back here. Oh, I did change. Let me fix these images. So we're gonna move some things. And JPEG. And ping. And JPG. And the fonts. So I did that because it just helped with the CloudFront configuration, just putting those things in assets so that they could be cached. Or at least cached in a different way. Okay. Looks like that got everything. Okay, let's reload. Okay, so that's better. Okay, so here's this. Your health is our business. Okay, so it doesn't look like much right now. So I'm gonna have a little helper in here that might not do much. But we want to do like polar coordinates, right? So I'm just going to make a quick note of this, the same thing I've made a note of since I was, you know, quite young. And we're going to say, so if we have a polar coordinates, we need to convert it to CSS like percentages, right? Because actually I can't remember. Is it clip path? If we inspect this, okay. Clip path. So when we do clip path, we can just put a polygon right in there, right? But the polygon is a lot so you have to put percentages in there, if I remember correctly. Maybe I should check and see if there is a way to use polar coordinates, but I don't know. Anyway, so let's just do it. Polar to polygon equals. So I'm going to take a theta and an r, and I'm going to take also an x offset, because I might want to offset, and a y offset. I'll set those maybe by default to 0, because those won't necessarily be used, but I think I will be using them, probably. So, we're going to... So whatever number comes in here, we want to turn it into percentages that we can use in CSS, right? So we're going to say const x equals, and so opposite over hypotenuse, right? So we're going to do math dot a sign, because we have the hypotenuse, that's r, and x is, I always have to draw this. So theta is in the center of the unit circle, and x is going to be a cos, right? Because x is going along, so theta is adjacent to x and opposite y, right? So a cos theta, right, times r, and y equals a sine theta times r. I usually, honestly, almost always draw that out, but whatever. So let's just look at those to see if they seem reasonable so far. So if I go polar to Josh Stoll 0329, it's pretty crazy. The USDA wants to states to undo the SNAP payments, but they said they can't really do that after the funds are already sent. Let's take a look. It sounds like current events, right? Okay, so let's try a real quick something. Oh, I know. Do we have a sarcastic? Let's try a sarcastic. Let's see. It doesn't look like it loaded though. It might be broken. Yeah, okay, so it was supposed to be unsafe windows, so let me fix that. I busted several of them by doing that same thing. So we're supposed to grant unsafe window here, save. Okay, let's try again. Okay, there it is. On track to pass funding deal that could end government shutdown. Blast, it didn't work. Oh no. Let's see what it says now. Requires trusted HTML assignment. All right, let's look it up real quick. Requires trusted HTML assignment. Yeah, it's a CSP. If we actually open it up, then we can probably do it. Yeah, that's more like it. Senate on track to pass funding deal that could end government shutdown. Darn you, Google, using... What is all that you're doing? Ah, it's called user scripting. Let's take a look. User scripting. Right? A user script or user script is a program usually written in JavaScript for modifying web pages. And what can modifying web pages look like? It could look like this. I've got undo as well, so it doesn't have to be like that. But that's the basic idea. If you want to do user scripting, what you have to do to begin with is go to your Chrome Web Store and search for user scripting. Search for Tamper Monkey. There it is. I don't know why it doesn't come up. It says user scripts right here. So if I put user scripts, will that work? Okay, so put user scripts, not user scripting. And then you can use any of these, I guess. I use Tamper Monkey. It's, you know, popular, featured. It's good. and you just install this Tamper Monkey. And then when you go into the Tamper Monkey, like when you go into this dashboard, you see all of the user scripts that you've created so far. And I mean, that's pretty much it. And I mean, they can do various different things. And include, well, let's try one more text. I like the text ones. I did a whole bunch. So let me try. Oh, this one's pretty silly. Hence the name of the Twitch channel, Silly Internet Tricks. So, on Wikipedia, a user scripts feature. Okay, so a user script manager. So that's like what Tamper Monkey is. I don't know if they have Tamper Monkey on here. Yeah, Tamper Monkey. Okay, let's see the effect. Wiggle grow. Okay, so there it is. So that's pretty wiggly. And that's about as wiggly as I can do it. And it's getting bigger and bigger. Hence the name Wiggle Grow. All right. So, let me close this one. Okay, so we were going to try polygon. And so if we put in 0, 1... Is that right? Should x be... No, I thought it should have just been 1. I think I was guessing wrong. I'm so flustered. Let's see if this is more like it. 1, 0. Okay. So now if theta is, let's see here, 45 degrees. So let's go math.pi. And then that's 45 degrees is over 4, I think. Oh, yeah. That looks fine. And then if we do, if we go 2, then that should be straight up. Uh-oh. So this came out being a number very close to 0, but not exactly 0. Oh, well, it happens. If we do 3, yeah, that looks right. Okay, so then let's change it to percentages. So we have to multiply this by 50 in both cases. And then we have to add 50 here, I believe. Okay, so now what's that going to look like? That doesn't look right at all. Darn it! That's completely wrong, I think. Oh, no. That's right. That's right. I just get a little confused. I don't know. Okay, so then if we use the offset, then we're going to have to plus x offset here and plus y offset here. Okay, so that way I believe we should be able to make a clip path more easily. So this is going to be... So I'm just going to round that, probably. Well, no, I don't have to round that. It's fine without being rounded, probably. Okay. So if we do this, we're going to go... So, like, let's see here. If we do this... And so whatever comes out of there, we want to do it as a percentage, I guess. Percent. So we have them as percentages. And do like this. Let me look up clip path, MDN CSS clip path. And we want the polygon. That's the fun one. Okay, so there's the polygon. So we have to do pairs of percentages, and then we have to use commas. Okay. So if I do map polar to polygon, get rid of that for now. Let's do it here. I'm gonna make this a string. With a percent sign. And same here. Percent. And then we can take some amount of numbers that are less than like 2 times pi. So I'll take like some different like fractions, I guess. 1 times math.pi over 10, maybe. And then I'll put the number 0.6. Okay, so then we'll have a bunch like that. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then we'll map polar to polygon. And if we JSON stringify, what's it look like? I see not a number a lot of different places. Whoops. That doesn't seem good. Okay. Wait a minute. Map polar to polygon. All not a number. If I do it on just these, polar to polygon. Oh, let me see if my laundry is done. Okay, let me go look. Be right back. Oh, that's ugly. Be right back. Okay. All right, it says 6 minutes, so I'm gonna set the timer again. Okay. All right, back. Okay, so if we do these in there, what's it say? Oh. And why is that? It was supposed to be theta r. Is this number not... So this number is not possible? Oh, it's because I put math.pi with a small I, and I only see that now. Alright, that's crazy. Well, should have thought of that before I copy-pasted a bajillion times. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to go around the circle, so it's going to be 2. And so now let's say this is like 8. And then let's go 3. And then maybe it's down to 5. Let's do 4. And maybe it's down to 2. And let's do 5. And maybe it's back up to 6 again. Let's do 6. And maybe it's down to 2. And if we really want it to be like jaggy, I guess it should be alternating more likely. So it would be like 8. Let's do 8, 4. 8, 4. Okay, what the heck am I doing? Let's just do new array. We want 20 members in the array. Fill. We want to map. We're going to want the index. But we don't need an element because there is no element, but we want the index. And then we're going to return 1 plus index times math.pi divide 10 as the first thing. And then the second thing is going to be 0.4 plus 0.4 times I mod 2. Okay, let's just do it like that so it's not completely insane. And then let's map that AB polar to polygon AB. That would make more sense. And then these need to be, each one needs to be joined by spaces. So can we do flat map? Is that what I think it is? Yeah, that looks good. And then join like this. And then this, I think, can be our clip path. Let's take a look. Okay, so clip path polygon paste. Okay, so then return to here. Okay, so it does look clipped, but now we need to put some background color. Chartreuse. Okay. Then let's size that up. Okay, so this is what we're looking at, right? So this is the kind of starburst. I'm really glad that I didn't completely screw that up. I've been here 39 minutes already. And what have I been doing? Actually, I do feel much better now. I just started off with my mood really elevated, but I'm better now. All right, let me go check my laundry. It sounds like it might be done. Be right back. All right. So, whenever my laundry gets done, that's when I'm stopping for the night. Whenever it comes out of the dryer. All right. So we have this burst like this, right? Now, in order for this to work, the text should actually be visible like above the burst. Or something. Right? So in reality, there should be a div here that says health. Right? Oh. And then this guy... So this guy should have font size 20 rem. Okay, so there it is. It's very big. And then this guy should, I believe, have probably position absolute. I think this is where you use position absolute. And then width 100%. No. It's with whatever the parent is. Width inherit? No. I'm screwing up on something simple again. There's a surprise. This is how it always is. Okay, so there it is. So this one has to have position relative, I think, and that doesn't move it. But now if this one becomes absolute, I think that moves it. No? No. There it is. Okay, so then... we can move it back like that. Interesting, interesting. So if this were not relative... Okay, so I don't remember what position relative does then. Position relative. Relative. The element is positioned according to the normal flow, and then offset relative to itself based on the values of top, right, bottom, and left. All right. I doubt that I ever used that one correctly. All right. So this looks better, I guess. So how do we make this guy, like, wider? That was a dumb way to put it. How do we make the width of it, like, another thing we can do, so we can move it as we like, right? Okay, so we can move it like that. All right. And so I want it to be sized according to the parent. Let's look at width. This sounds like exactly like what I want. It didn't seem like it worked before, but let me try it again. Okay. Maybe it's probably because I didn't have height, isn't it? Of course. Oh, hooray. Oh, that's perfect. So now we can do them with different numbers of spikes, right? So we could do like 29, for example, or we could say const spike count equals 29 here, and then we put the spike count here, and then we put the spike count here, and then we multiply by 2 here. And then these could be like different numbers too, like let's say it's change that to 3 and maybe change that to 6 to see how much more spikier it is. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, so on this one, let's where's edit. So we're gonna try putting another div inside of there, right? Okay, so I'm gonna make the font size quite large again, but maybe a bit smaller than the other one. Okay. And then let's try here, putting background color, and let's choose some other body color. Let's just try magenta for a second. And then width 100%, height 100%. Okay. Position absolute, and top 0, and left 0. Okay, so now let's put that or let's put the Z index first, I guess, so we can see. -1, okay. -2, sure. All right, so now let's put that clip path on here, and we're gonna go polygon, paste this monstrosity. All right, so that's a spiky boy. So that makes sense, I guess. Let's see here. The trouble is, does it look like it's even in the right place? So I've got top 0, left 0. Why is it not closer to this word is? It came out looking goofier than I think it was supposed to. Let's not show that for a second. You know, it's just right here. It looks like we didn't get all the way over to the end. Did the other one get over all the way to the end okay? It looks like it did. Is it because I used an odd number? If I use an even number, is that going to fix it? Probably, huh? Yeah, that would actually make sense. I don't know what I would... I didn't think of that until just now, but yes, an even number would look different. All right, let's try it with an even number then. 30. Okay, so we'll grab this. And the clip path will now be polygon paste. Okay. So there it is. There's the spiky boy. And let's do another one that's less spiky. So maybe 16. And maybe make this actually, what if that's only 0.1? So then it would be like not really very spiky, I guess. Let's take a look. Okay, so for the magenta one, where's my magenta one? So we'll go polygon, paste. Okay, yeah, so that's not very spiky. Okay, so now let's try and move it so that it's actually by the word is. Okay, so now that's on the word is. Okay, so I want to use some of these spikies for the animation. And to be honest, I probably am going to want them spinning for the most part. So let's make them spin. All right, so I'm going to say, so this is going to be a div. I guess let's just maybe put a class on it. Okay, so it has a class spiky. And then let's sort of add something here. So I'm gonna put at keyframes, and we're gonna go 0% to 100%, I guess. And it's gonna be transform, rotate, and this is gonna be 0 turn. And then this is gonna be transform, rotate 1 turn. All right. And I think I have to put the name in here, spinning. Okay, so then I think that's right. If it doesn't work well, I'll fix it. Okay, so then we want this one to spin, and so animation name spinning, and it looks okay, I think. Animation duration infinite. No. This is like 2 seconds. It's animation repeat count or something, I think. Animation repeat. No. Animation iteration count infinite. Okay, so there it goes. So the timing function should be linear. Okay. Yeah. That's a little, it's quite fast. Let's maybe do 10. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going for. I feel like the background should be maybe just a little bit of a light gradient instead of a solid color. Let's see. So I have background color. Can I do a gradient here? No. I think it's background image. Background image. And we want to do gradient, linear gradient. Chartreuse. And we don't want transparent, I don't think. I think I just want to do cyan. Yeah. That seems okay. Now, what if we add a little bit of a shadow? Box shadow. Is that how it goes? I think I got that wrong. In any case, I don't see anything. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, I can't type anything. Okay. 10px, 5px, 5px red. Ah, you know what? There is another type of shadow. What is it? I think there's another type of shadow. Let's see. Do we have C also? Drop shadow. I think it's drop shadow. Filter drop shadow. Okay, let's try it. So we don't want this. Goodness gracious. We want... I guess I am still a little elevated. Mood-wise. Okay, so drop shadow. Did that do something? I don't think so. Well, if not, it's whatever. Let me see it again. So we could do just 2 length values. Let's see that real quick. So it's supposed to have a filter drop shadow. Okay, so yeah, what if we get rid of these others? Oops. Setting a drop shadow. We can do, let's see here. Why did I think this would work? Filter drop shadow. No such luck. All right, well, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Let's look it up. Can you use a filter drop shadow with animated CSS? I don't know. Darn. Input image, but it doesn't have to be an image, right? Like, these are not images. Oh. From what it said here, I thought maybe it should have worked. I don't quite see exactly what went wrong yet. What about this other one? So if we put this one, say filter drop shadow, sure. And then what if we do minus? Nothing. Drop shadow and clip path. Filter drop shadow. Plunker, huh? Sure, I guess. Okay, yeah, that looks fine. Transform rotate. Let's see here. So they put the drop shadow on the container of it. Wait a minute. I feel like I have seen that before, a long time ago. On the container, so another wrapper needed. Yeah, I feel like a long time ago I did see that. I wonder. Well, okay, well, let's just do it and see what we get then. So we want to put it on this. Drop shadow. Excuse me. Filter. Drop. Yeah, there it is. Well, no, that doesn't help at all. I don't think. so let's look again. So the container... You can use a filter on the containing div. Container, filter drop shadow. I mean, that's true. I kind of just wanted the actual drop shadow filter, kind of. Maybe it doesn't matter. Or... let's see. So they did container. They did clip path. Yeah, okay, that seemed fine. So then here, what if we take the drop shadow off of here, and now just edit as HTML here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's ended before I thought it was. This whole thing was supposed to be inside of there. Go figure. There we go. Okay, so this... was like that. All right, so what if we do it now? I'm a little excited. Yeah, that's actually pretty nuts. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is what I was hoping for. Oh, it looks a little wiggly on my screen. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was hoping for. Yeah, legitimately, that's pretty much the effect I think I was hoping for. Okay, okay. So now I got to go back to the index and use some of this. So I think I am going to include that. I'm going to include this. So this should be a function that takes a spike count. And it needs to take whatever these are supposed to be. So we're going to say const spiky clip path equals, and it takes a spike count, and it takes a inner radius and a spike length. And then it just returns this. And then the inner radius is used here. And the spike length is used here. However, the spike count should be an even number. And so, let's see. So I'm doing 2 times math.py. So if whatever spike count gets passed in, I want to double it. So I think I just want to take this off, basically. Okay, so let's see. Spiky clip path. Let's do 7, 0.1, 0.2. Okay, so let's see if this looks usable. Okay, so on the magenta one, where's my magenta one? So this will be polygon, paste. Yeah? No, so that did not turn out. I messed it up. So I want that 7 to turn into a 14. So I had 2 times math.pi here. Oh, I need to do 2. Okay, so this was fine, I think. We need to double it here. Okay, so let's do this again. Polygon, polygon, paste. No. Yeah, so that didn't really make sense. We still want this here. And we just want to double it here, I believe. Polygon. Okay, yeah, so that's better. So when we return that from here, so we're gonna join. Let's just go ahead and put that inside the thing that says polygon right off the bat. So it'll say polygon, and then it'll be all of this. Close parentheses. Like that. Okay, so that then if I copy that, I believe I can just put it directly in there. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Let me check on my laundry and I'll set my timer. Says 31 minutes. All right, I'm having too much fun here and I'm not really getting anything done. Let me set my timer. 31 minutes. Okay. All right. Okay, so if we come back to here, let me see what it is we're gonna do. So we're going spiky clip path. Let me just paste that into my file first. Okay, so we are gonna do a section for the first animation. Hooray! Okay. So let's paste that. Oh, not that. Paste that. Not sure why I lost that. It happens sometimes. Okay, so here's what it looks like. So we went new array, 2 times spike count, fill map. Okay, so the only other thing we need is the polar 2 polygon. So let's find that. I was goofing off. All right, so there we go. So there's the polar to polygon, I guess, that we used. So let's say const here, copy. Okay, so here's our const polar to polygon. So let's put that up above. Okay. So we can use these to do those animation thingies. All right, now let's totally go into the user agent. No, what the inspector style sheet? Where is that? Okay, so in the inspector style sheet, I use this. And yeah, it's very simple. So let's go to the bottom. We'll go at keyframes spinning 0%, transform, rotate 0 turn. And at 100%, we go transform, rotate 1 turn. So a handy one to have, I suppose. So we'll use that. And then I haven't left myself a ton of time. So I have great visions for the animations that hopefully this site will have, but I'm going to start with something that's not very ambitious. So on here, I'm going to start by just putting spinning spikies behind each and every one of these. And they're going to have some number of spikes that's going to be at least 4. This one's 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll do some random number of spikes from 4 to 40. How about that? 4 to 40. That's a good large range. All right, so we'll go into script. All right, and then let's see. Actually, let's do here. Centrist note JTC J4. Thanks for the chat. Reminds me I should sip on some of my beer substitute because I'm not drinking lately. So I have this unsweetened sparkling water so I don't have to break the habit of drinking, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything. All right, so this one is animation 001. So I'm gonna go document.query selector all. I will put div class contains animation 001, and then I'll do the divs that are childs of that. Okay. And then I'll go for each. So then we're going to give it a child. So we're going to say const spiky equals document create element div, right? And then we'll say spiky dot style set property, and we'll go clip path, and then here we will put spiky clip path, and this is where we'll want that random number. So we'll say const random spike count equals math floor. And I said 4 to 40, right? So we'll go 36 times math random plus 4, right? Fair enough. And then we'll do a random inner radius, which I think both the inner radius and the spike length could probably be anywhere from 0 to 1. So sure, let's just do that. Inner radius equals math random. And same for spike length. Should I say random again? It's a little redundant. It's fine. Random. Okay. So then we'll pass in random spike count. Random. Yeah, let's not. Let's just say spike count. Okay. Spike count. Inner radius. Spike length. Yeah. Okay, makes sense to me. So then let's set the color to just like something. So we want a gradient again, right? So here I chose chartreuse and cyan, and that seems like a good amount of offset, right? So those colors, like, let's see, does it show where they are? Oh no, I'm looking at a magenta one. So this one is at what degree? 90. And this one's at what degree? 180. So they're 90 degrees apart. I think I dig that. Okay, so we're gonna set the hue equals math floor 360 times math random. Right? So we can choose any hue, but we're going to have it completely saturated, and we're going to use a 90-degree linear gradient like we did over there. So we're going to say set property, and we're going to say background image. Okay, so then this is going to be what we did here. Linear gradient. I guess 45 degrees for that is fine. Linear gradient, 45 degrees. Yeah, that really doesn't matter because it's going to be turning anyway. So I think that number is fine. And then here we'll do HSL, and then we'll choose hue degrees, and then the saturation let's put to 100%, and the lightness to 50%. And then for the second one, let's do hue plus 90 degrees, and again 100% and 50%. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Oh. I meant this one. Okay. So we set the clip path, we set a background image linear gradient. I misspelled it though. Oops. Okay. What else do we have on this guy? So we put the animation timing function. I feel like 10 seconds. Well, okay, so do we want them to all spin at the same speed? To be honest, no, probably not. If they all spin at different speeds, that might actually be better. Okay. We're gonna try it. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so spiky styles, or no, let's say const animation duration equals math.random times what? 10 plus 5? So it could be from 5 to 15? Yeah, let's do that. Property animation duration, and it will be however many seconds, right? And that's going to be animation duration. Okay. Sure, I think it's fine. All right, so now animation timing function will be linear. That's just an easy one. Anything else looks weird. Oh, let's set the animation name. Okay. So this one is iteration count. And it's going to be infinite. So position absolute, we do need that, right? Yeah. Okay. So then for the top and left, I'm just going to try 0. Width and height, these are very important. Okay. Z index. So the Z index should be -I. Right there. Okay. Is there a complaint here? What's it saying? Declared, but it's never read? I thought I was reading it right here. Oh, that is the wrong quotation. And here again? How the heck did this happen? Maybe I guess I just wasn't paying attention. All right. Okay. Then so we set the filter drop shadow on the parent, right? So that's e dot style set property. So I used blue there. And blue is going to be what? I think 210. No, 240, excuse me. So we're going over another 60. I would say go over another 90. Go all the way 180. Probably. So this is going to be filter. And we're going to choose drop shadow. I'm going to use these same numbers to start with, but they're going to need some tweaking. But I'm going to put 20px, 20px. Oh, we didn't use commas there. 20px, 4px, maybe, yeah, 4px. And then let's put here HSL, and then this number will be hue plus 180 degrees. All right. 100%, 50%. Okay. Yes. So then the font sizes should be set on these. The font sizes I was using there were way too big, but I probably want them to be between about 4 to 8 rem. What did I put here? 20 rem. Let's try 4 to 8 rem to begin with. So I'll put const font size equals math dot random times 4 plus 4. And so then we'll say style set property font size, and it's gonna be font size rem. Okay. So we set the clip path. Good. Did we set animation timing function? Did we set animation name? Did we set animation duration? Yes. Did we set animation iteration count, position, top, left, width, height, z-index, background image, clip path, and I don't think there was anything else in the inspector style sheet, right? So that's it. Okay, let's try it out. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Where are my spinnies? Okay, that looks all right. Oh, I never added them. E dot append child spiky. Okay, how's that? Oh, okay. So they do not look spiky, but yeah, this is getting there, I think. So All right. Those are not about what I'm doing. I don't see clip path. So I guess I messed that one up. Ooh, I can hear myself talking. Oh, let me check. Let me check my laundry. It might be close to done. It says 8 minutes 40 something seconds on the timer. All right, be right back. Yep, that matches what is on the dryer right now. Okay, so this is good. This is going fine. I think I'm actually going to be able to commit this. Pretty close, I think. So I don't necessarily want all of these colors to be possible. Well, I think it's okay. So the clip path did not go in because presumably that means that whatever I did was not correct. And that would be spiky clip path. Spiky clip path presumably did not work. So can we do spiky clip path? Okay, so we're gonna go spike count equals 36 times math random plus 4. Okay, we're gonna say inner radius equals math random. And we're gonna say spike length equals math random. And then we're gonna put those in. And it says this. Ah, you know what? That semicolon at the end is probably not going to be accepted. So let's try it without that. Where is that? This. Okay, let's see if that's any better. Ooh. Okay. So, yes, this is what I coded it to do. It does look absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So I do notice these spikes got cut off. That's probably not the biggest problem here. So they all got these different z indexes. That part I think makes sense. So this one's for hour. So this one got z index -2. This one got z index -3. So why does it look like the one with z index -3 is occluding the one with z index -2? What's that about? This looks basically unusable. It really does. Okay. This looks pretty much unusable. I thought I heard some sounds. I think I'm gonna need to check. Maybe I do want them to be circular. Let's see what they look like if they're like actually circular instead. Let's see here. Was there a way to do that? Shoot. Wow. So they're getting cut off. They're getting awkwardly cut off so that they don't look good. So that's one problem. That's one of the most glaring problems that I can notice. They shouldn't really be blocking the view of the text, right? This is z index minus 2, and this word your should have a computed, well, maybe it doesn't do anything with a z index. Maybe I do need to put a z index on each of these. Let's see if that does anything. That came out looking really weird. What the heck? All right. Hmm. Yeah, I think this is completely unusable in its current form. Darn. Darn. There might not be any form in which this would be usable. I feel like it's a starting point towards maybe something. I don't know. So if instead of doing this, what if we just did make them like all fixed size? Hmm. Okay. So there they are, all the same size. Okay, so now if the width instead were like, what if this were 1 EM and, okay, I gotta check on the laundry. Maybe that's that sound that I was hearing. And the height were also the same, 1 EM, right? So that it's that size. And then maybe we want it to be like 2. Oh my gosh. Or maybe 2.5. It keeps, whatever I click on. Oh my gosh. Help. So that they're all sized like with whatever their parent is. Okay, so then do we want to move them up by like 1.2 EM? This is going to be annoying. Okay, so if that were it instead, top minus... I got a little bit relaxed there for a minute, but now I'm... Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, those are kind of centered in their way. All right, so what if these were all position absolute as well? Is that what they need? Not absolute, relative probably. Yes, I think they do need that. I think this is the way I used to use position relative. It's to make it so the z-index has an effect. Darn it. It's still blocking this word health. Why? I thought we were almost there. Okay, position relative, z-index 1. This one's still blocking it at z-index -3. So since it's now, since this is, oh gosh. Since this is now position relative, we can scooch it over or whatever, right? So we would do... That actually, I think, helps a lot. Quite a lot. All right, let me check my, let me get my laundry out. It's been a long day. Kind of. All right. Oh. That last move actually made a big difference in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm Stockholm syndrome with this whole thing now because it does seem pretty ludicrous. But with them spaced out like this, I think that's actually a lot better. Crazy though that seems. And yeah, I'm just about to log off, so I am going to commit that, and I'm going to push it. This is going to go live to the site. So, git status, git diff. All right, so we added a console log. I spent way too much time on that because my mood was really elevated at that moment. And then we did this. Okay. Add the very first animation. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay, so I'll push that. CI/CD, of course, is not set up yet. It's Sunday, right? I don't think I'm going to do that Monday, but Tuesday I ought to do it. But yeah, in any case, so those files are now updated. So let's upload them to the S3 bucket. Here we go. I'll close all these. Still on ClickOps, but whatever, it's fine. Okay. Let's see what's a good code to choose. All right, so we're going to hop on here and visit S3. We're going to upload files. So it really ended up being a pretty pathetic animation. Nowhere near what I had hoped for while I was at work, but man. Yeah, long day. I don't know. I don't feel like I have any good excuses. Is it a good excuse that I was up at 4 in the morning? I was up a little bit before 4 in the morning today. And worked 12 hours at the factory. I don't know. All right, so we'll just hit the invalidation here. Okay, so once that's ready, it'll go live and we'll check it out. In progress. Okay, it says completed. So now we're going to go to the site. And there it is. So that's live. Looks like it's falling off the bottom a little bit more because the sizes are random. Your health is our business, right? Okay, so now let's go ahead and just real quick, let's check the actual lighthouse or whatever they call it. Lighthouse, right? Oof, that doesn't look very good. So, not a great performance score. Let's see where we failed. A long paint. Ooh, ugly. Is this, let's see, is one of these going to help us with the paint? So, we had a long, ugly paint, unfortunately. Also unfortunate, it looks absolutely horrible. So, I don't think there's anything we can really say about that? I don't know. So we have cache lifetimes, image delivery, increasing the image compression factor. Honestly, those are probably good points. The style CSS, well, it says, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna log off. It's a damn shame that we had a ugly time on that, but whatever. Later this year, Insight will replace performance audits. Let's see what that's about. Performance panel added insights. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Record and reload. Let's see. Well, it's showing a much better number on that. Is it still going to do the same thing if I go over here once more? I really got to log off. I mean, what do I even care about this? When the site is as ugly as it is. My goodness gracious. All right, let's hop off.